Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers, from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today, Flowers, Part 35. From the Mother. Happy is he who can exchange his qualities with the real qualities of the flowers. Try to cultivate in yourself their refined qualities. I give you flowers so that you may develop the divine qualities they symbolize, and they can directly transmit into the psychic all that they contain, pure, unalloyed. They possess a very subtle and very deep power and influence. Do you understand? Now it seems to me that you wish to become like a flower or cultivate these qualities. And you know, each flower symbolizes an aspect, an emanation, an aspiration, and a progress in the evolution of the earth. On the plane of matter, they, plants, are the most open to my influence. I can transmit a state of consciousness more easily to a flower than to a man. It is very receptive, though it does not know how to formulate its experience to itself because it lacks a mind. But the pure psychic consciousness is instinctive to it. When, therefore, you offer flowers to me, their condition is almost always an index to yours. There are persons who never succeed in bringing a fresh flower to me. Even if the flower is fresh, it becomes limp in their hands. Others, however, always bring fresh flowers and even revitalize drooping ones. If your aspiration is strong, your flower offerings will be fresh. And if you are receptive, you will be also very easily able to absorb the message I put in the flowers I give you. When I give them, I give you states of consciousness. The flowers are the mediums, and it all depends on your receptivity, whether they are effective or not. Flowers are extremely receptive. All the flowers to which I have given a significance receive exactly the force I put into them and transmit it. People don't always receive it because most of the time they are less receptive than the flower, and they waste the force that has been put in it through their unconsciousness and lack of receptivity. But the force is there, and the flower receives it wonderfully. Question: do flowers retain the force always, even when they decay? Mother: decay? No, my child. When they dry up, yes. Decayed flowers are just nothing. A decomposition takes place, so the thing disappears. Perhaps it brings energy to the soil. That's quite possible. But still, When it decays, it is good only to make manure, to grow other flowers. But if it dries up, it is preserved. It can remain for quite a long time. Question. Sweet Mother, how do you give a significance to a flower? Mother. By entering into contact with it and giving a more or less precise meaning to what I feel. By entering into contact with the nature of the flower, its inner truth, then one knows what it represents. Question. Each flower has a special significance, hasn't it? Mother. Not as we understand it mentally. There is a mental projection when one gives a precise meaning to a flower. It may answer, vibrate to the touch of this projection, accept the meaning, but a flower has no equivalent of the mental consciousness. In the vegetable kingdom, there is a beginning of the psychic, but there is no beginning of the mental consciousness. In animals, it is different. Mental life begins to form, and for them, things have a meaning. But in flowers, it is rather like the movement of a little baby. It is neither a sensation nor a feeling, but something of both. It is a spontaneous movement, a very special vibration. So if one is in contact with it, if one feels it, one gets an impression which may be translated by a thought. That is how I have given a meaning to flowers and plants. There is a kind of identification with the vibration, a perception of the quality it represents, and little by little, through a kind of approximation, sometimes this comes suddenly, occasionally it takes time. There is a coming together of these vibrations, which are of a vital emotional order, and the vibration of the mental thought. And if there is a sufficient harmony, one has a direct perception of what the plant may signify.